What number song is that?
It's number song of a half. Did I hear you doing a kind of breakup song before?
Breakup song, no. Shall I give everybody the blast from the past?
Yeah.
Here's a blast from the past, but you mustn't tell anybody. Forget you ever heard me do this. I can't believe I wrote this song. In my defence, I wrote this when I was about 18 or 19. Brother, once you look at the sky, there's something burning so bright. What it is I can't see, but I think it's coming at me. Did you get here in a rocket? And did you journey through space? Did your mother never scold you? Oh, when she looked at your face, do you know where you come from? Because you look at her face and it's how where only the rain comes down. You fell down to earth like a million, like a million, like a Funny 'cause I feel quite at ease. I think you come your peace. Your bosom smiles. You know to see it for miles. Did you come here in a rocket? Did you journey through space? Did your mother never scold you? Oh, when she looked at your face, do you know where you come from? Because you look at her face and the time where only the rain comes down. You fell down to earth like a million, like a million, like an alien, like a million, like a million, like an alien. I'm sorry, I couldn't bear any more of that. I know some of you love that song, but it's like something that Tiffany and Debbie Gibson would have written with Britney Spears. I don't know. What possessed me to put that on my first album? What was I thinking? It's hilarious.
You should make up for it by playing Real Late Starter.
Does somebody want Real Late Starter?
I like Real Late Starter.
Alright.
And then Nice Boyfriend.
I woke up late today. Actually, I do that every day. Got no place to be seen, I'm not part of the scene. I'm a genius loser, keeping counsel with my own opinion. Rising down and say that I'm in. Should I just stay in bed? Should I live in my head? Oh, got so many questions to ask. Did I kill Joe McElderry's career? One day I wonder if I killed Joe McElderry's career. No, I can't do that. I feel really uncomfortable singing this song because I heard that Joe's moved back in with his mum. It is horrible. It's really horrible. I feel really bad for that poor boy. Sorry.
Someone said, Zaza2 said, we'll be here in 10 years watching Rebecca Black's webcast and she'll say the same thing about Friday. Talking about Alien. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it's true. Sorry, I feel really bad. So I was thinking about Joe McElderry.
Giraffe on a Steak says, good God, it's killed a song night. King of Swing, Mrs. Alien.
Kill the song night?
Yeah, because you stopped 2 songs halfway through.
What songs did I... No, Alien. All I missed of Alien was the really rubbish middle eight, which isn't a middle eight really. All I did was reharmonise. I did a... Do you get here in a rocket? I did like some kind of weird jazzy reharmonisation because I was too lazy to write a middle eight.
Alan Smith pointed out quite rightly And that's because Joe never released Real Late Starter as a single.
Oh, bless you, Alan. Hope springs eternal, but I don't think so. I just think it's really, really lame how that whole machine is making like a small amount of people money, lots of money. And do you know what? In a way, I'm indirectly one of them. I haven't made any money out of any of those things that I've done for X Factor contestants, really. Not compared to Simon Cowell by any stretch of the imagination. But they don't have to take the flak. So there's all these people who are just put out there for public consumption and public ridicule, and they have to go and get on with their lives, and I think it's really cruel. I mean, the winners, it's great, you know, they get to...
But Joe McElderry was a winner.
I know, that's the worst thing. So I feel really bad for him.
But then Ollie Murs has got a career.
Ollie Murs has got
He's
a career,
done well.
that's true.
He's doing well.
I mean, it's interesting because it's a similar thing. Although Will Young did win the first Pop Idol, everybody thought that Gareth Gates should have won it because Gareth Gates was essentially the more traditional-looking pop star. I don't have a problem with X Factor, actually. I think it should exist for many reasons. Financially, it's a big money spinner. The profits that those companies make pay for really artistic, odd records.
You see, JPG77 say they make more cash than we mortals do, but actually they don't.
They don't.
Because they say in the newspapers it's $1 million quid, but it's not.
That deal
like
is a
20
complete...
grand.
I just have to clear this up, and I wish the press would be more honest about it. The deal is a complete fallacy. When it says it's a record deal worth £1 million, yes, it's worth £1 million if you fulfil the contract and you make all 5 albums. But the problem is they can drop you at any point. So Joe McElderry is probably going to get dropped, and he'd probably only £100,000 is a lot of money, but it's not £1 million quid.
But
so
he won't see all of that.
He won't see all of that. So
He won't even see all of the 100 grand.
let's say for Joe McElderry's first album, he got given £100,000. Here's how it works: 20% of that goes to a management company. I won't go into the management company, but there are literally 2 management companies that tend to do these things, so they make a fortune because they've got all the acts. Joe would have given them £20,000, right? So he's left with £80,000. Then he'll pay tax on that. He's probably going to end up with...
But that's also supposed to last him for 3 years.
It's got to last him for 3 years because he won't see any more money till either royalties come in, which will never happen because I'm going to explain that in a moment. So after the tax man, Joe probably has in his pocket, what, 45 grand, 50 grand?
Maybe less, probably.
Maybe less.
To last
45
him for 3
grand.
years.
This has to last him for 3 years, and here's why. He hasn't written a single song on that record. The royalties... but not only that, that's a loan. That £100,000 is a loan, right? And the record company will probably spend... They'll have that against his name, then they might have spent like £300,000 promoting it, they'll have spent £100,000 on a video. Let's say all in they spent like 700 to 800,000, maybe it would have been £1 million trying to break Joe McElderry. I doubt it, actually. I doubt they spent £1 million. They will hold that against that. So until he's sold enough records that brings back £1 million into the pot, which is roughly what, about 300, 400,000 albums?
Yeah.
Yeah, platinum, which he hasn't gone anywhere near. He won't see any money. So the truth is, Joe McElderry may have made, with a few appearances, if he walks out of this whole experience with 100 grand, that would have been a result. And that's why I think the public need to be more aware that they're not given a shitload of cash. And that's why he hasn't paid off the mortgage on his mum's house, and that's why he's back living with his mum, because Joe probably cannot afford to live in a flat of his own. And yet he's supposed to go to Tesco's, poor bless his heart, when he's really famous. So I think it's a bit unfair. But I think people should be told that. I think they should know that. I think they should be told this is the reality of what's going to happen to you. And unless you're the owner. The
problem is, so you might think, all right, well, he's earned 50k, and that's a lot of money.
If you divide that by 3 years, that's about 16 grand a year, right?
It's like normal wage.
Which is below national average wage.
Probably. But the problem is he's that famous and he gets cleared out everywhere. So, he can't exist a normal life.
Can't.
That's the problem.
And he's probably got mates who think that he's loaded, so when they go to a pub or a nightclub, he's probably being landed with the bill because they just expect him to pay because they think he's got loads of cash. So, am I going on a soapbox?
Yeah, you're going on a soapbox, but it's interesting.
I feel really bad for
him. But then other people like Leon Lewis have had an amazing...
Well, it's also hilarious. People I'll be honest, people think that because I had a song on a Joe McElderry album, I've made an absolute fortune. Firstly, I couldn't stop them covering it or not covering it. I didn't mind. I was quite flattered that they chose my song. Unless that song was a single and had radio play, I won't get paid anything other than something called mechanicals. And mechanicals is what's paid every time a record is pressed. It's paid to your publisher. Is that correct?
Yeah.
for the payment of licensing one of your songs in the songwriter's capacity. Now, mechanicals on an album are what, £1 per album?
Yeah, but
then divided...
Not even
£1. But then divided by how many songs are on that album. So
about
let's
36p.
say 36p per album divided by 10 songs, 3.6p. So even if he sold 100,000 copies, what's that? That's £3,600. He hasn't sold anywhere near that. I reckon if I get 500 quid out of the whole Joe McElderry experience, I'll be on to a winner. Probably. Correct? So now you know. Ask Auntie Nerina before you join the music business, because believe me, I've been in it long enough to dispel some myths. Yeah, so I've got to say, next time you go to slag off an X Factor contestant, just feel bad. That Mary Burns story, for example, that she's only earned £7,000, but
that's publicity too, because her album's out.
Yeah, hopefully she'll do more than that. I just think it's unfair. I just think it's really ridiculously unfair, because you wouldn't have X Factor without the contestants. Yet they're not making anywhere near the amount of money as Simon Cowell.
But none of them would swap it for the world.
I bet a lot of them would.
You think so?
See, I think Steve Brookstone has tried to come out and talk about this, but he's such a numpty and he's such a sour grapes idiot that he's not articulating it properly, and so people have no sympathy. I have no sympathy for him. He was a grown man, for starters. I have more sympathy for Joe McElderry because he's very young and very green, and I think it's really exploitative what they've done with him. That's my moment over. Next.
Can we have an Ask Auntie Nerina section every webcast?
Yes, you can. You didn't ask me that, I just proffered that information, but next time you can. I feel quite strongly about it, because I just think that...
But it's not across the board though. Some of them well.
Look, for example, I won't go into it, but another artist from X Factor that I've worked with, go figure what that is being very well looked after, and I think will do very well out of it. Possibly because they're proper talent and they're in an individual way, and I think that she will do well and will have a career. But it's not a dead cert.